part with her was that her trauma was so deep that she would make the change, but it would be like
I would do like
one step forward, 12 steps back, over and over. But I saw the progression. I saw her putting the work in to grow, which is what made me stay so full of unconditional love towards her.
I really
because I still saw the progression.
I still always fought.
Yeah.
I still did my best in every situation,
you really did.
even though it was hard.
Extremely hard. Ria Demiri says, how good is Ria in bed?
Oh, is that me? Yeah. It's like, is somebody using my damn name and the audacity? I forgot I did that.
Not you not remembering.
I forgot I did that.
Oh my God.
There's so many fake accounts lately.
I mean,
Tell me. 10 out of 10?
rocks my world.
The funny
so
thing
nice
is,
not having to fake.
No. And the funny thing is you have a problem.
What do I have a problem with?
You have a problem like not making it last long or a little bit. You're just like
Okay, but I re-energize like a
and
bunny.
you're like, do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't like, you're just like, you're so crazy. You don't last long.
It's not my fault. Literally, you
2.5
look
seconds.
at me in my eyes and it's over.
2.5 seconds.
It's not 2.5 seconds. She's lying.
It's like that. Do your sex.
I don't sound like that. Baby, please, you make me sound like a man.
Are you kidding me? Oh, I can't do your... Okay, well, I can't do your feminine voice. Better?
No, you make me like I'm not a porn star. I don't fake it.
Well, how does
I
it
sound good.
Do it.
No, you gotta pay for that.
Okay.
But also,
I still have to lick your butthole on.
oh my God.
You can edit that out.
You know that look that Ria gives you guys, like in the camera, like that? Well, she does that to me while she's on top of me. And the instant that she looks at me, I'm just like, so I have to close my eyes sometimes so that it doesn't, like, so I can at least make it last a little bit longer, because the moment I make eye contact with her, it's over. Over. Impossible.
Yeah? Is that why you turn around and give me your ass?
Mm-hmm.
You can't even make
I last a lot longer that way.
Do it.
Don't say do it.
Ah.
That was your fault. Goddess of Sin, how to maintain your healing. I feel like I'm backpedaling.
It's supposed to feel like
Supposed
that.
to, yeah, that's normal.
Don't be so hard on yourself. I feel like you should always just give yourself grace and be proud of yourself, even if it's like you're inching. Like, even if it feels like you're not making progress, you really are making progress because you're very self-aware.
I think we want so badly to see the end result, like right
now.
We want like instant gratification. But healing and getting to the end
It's
result,
ugly.
It's gonna take years. It takes so long, but you have to remember your why. And that's what I tell my clients. Why did you start your healing? What was it? What was that rock bottom for you? What was it that really made you say, I need to change, I need to grow? And if you can continue to like reflect back on the why, you'll realize how far you've still come from the beginning.
I know, but to be honest, if you've gone already in your healing journey, there's no going back.
I told them that.
So once you start, even if you want to, you're not going to go back, because it's like your soul just pushes in this timeline, in this moment. That is your purpose, and you have to keep going forward.
Right.
And it, like, there's so many times I wanted to quit because it was mentally exhausting in good dark places, because I had to face all of it head on, all the trauma, all of it, every trigger.
Right.
It was like, you know, it's like
you have
one after another, and I'm like, I just want to breathe. Like,
but that's the thing, is you have to remember, why are these things happening to you while you're going through healing? Why are you having these lessons? Why are these things happening? You have to be self-aware enough to remember those things are happening for you. Even if they're painful, they're teaching you to grow and push and remember where you are and progress your healing. Like, it's going to be painful. The process, once you start it, it's not going to end.
No.
So you have to stay consistent. You have to keep journaling, keep meditating, keep being in gratitude that you're not where you were before.
Not many people wake up in this lifetime. Not many people are even going to heal in this lifetime.
Or
and
find self-awareness.
If you are on your journey, just know that, like, whatever you're going through is normal.
You're so hot. I'm sorry.
The bad shit.
Oh.
All the bad stuff that you are going through, even if it feels like heavy, feels like you're not going anywhere, it is all part of the process. So kudos to you. You're fine. You're doing fine. I still have my moments, and I'm 4 years almost into it. So don't feel bad.
Unfortunately, we're human.
You have really nice boobs.
I want fake ones.
No,
Thank you, though.
I like your boobies. I like your memes and your titskas.
That look right there, that look.
What's the question?
X said, having an unstable childhood, did it make it difficult to separate your kids, to separate from your ex, knowing you would have to separate your kids?
Did it make it difficult?
Yes. For me, yes. Ria's situation is different because she kept like full custody basically.
Yeah. Because
his work schedule wouldn't even allow him to
Yeah,
have
he worked
custody.
like 6 days and
Yeah.
most of the day. And he would just take her on that one day he would have off. Now he has her every weekend.
You also had a trauma bond with Ayla.
I did have a trauma bond.
Yeah. And so yes, her child trauma did affect all of that. I stayed married for as long as I did because my children were my whole life revolved around them. I didn't have an identity outside of them. So the idea of splitting custody was the scariest thing that I've ever had to do.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say how grateful I actually am to have an ex who is a good co-parent. I can find gratitude in that because my kids love him. They have a safe space to grow up. Even if it's not the way I would parent, I know that it's safe. Mm-hmm. They're safe, they're being taken care of, they're supported. Mm-hmm. So I knew I was okay with splitting with him. Now, if they were in an unsafe environment, he wasn't taking care of them, they were being neglected in any sort of way, fuck you, I'm taking full custody. Mm-hmm. But I think because of my childhood even, and not even having the love and support I needed, it made me think about my children's well-being more than my own in that situation. Mm-hmm. Like I could have still been vindictive and been like, fuck you, I'm taking them.
Yeah, no.
But I wanted their happiness.
Yeah, because you want them to have a choice. You want them to have free will. You want them to make their own decisions and whatever makes them happy and comfortable. Because that whole situation is hard on everybody.
Everyone.
All across the board.
Yeah.
So you can't just ignore their feelings just because they're kids, they don't understand. No, you have to allow them to process it and also make their own decision where they would like to stay and where they're comfortable.
And we gave them that decision.
And it's not like you were moving down the street.
Right.
You were completely moving to another state.
And they have a huge family there. Mm-hmm. But also, even though I don't have a relationship with my ex, doesn't mean that they don't. And that I feel like that's unfair. It's unfair to say, well, because I don't have a relationship with him, you guys aren't. And I would hate for my children to
some people just
resent
petty.
But that's what I mean. Yeah, use their kids as
it works
pawns.
both ways. It's just very unhealthy, not okay.
A. Belone said, how did y'all deal with long distance in your relationship? Because it's misery.
We did it for like a month and a half and we couldn't anymore.
It was like the third time I came to see you and I went home.
That was the last time probably.
I was standing in the airport and she called me and she's like, I can't do this anymore.
I can't.
She's like, we need to figure it out.
The thing is, when we talked, I was hesitant to talk to you because you lived in Minnesota.
Yeah.
And I was even like, distant because of it. Because I'm like, you have kids. I didn't know. I wasn't going to force you to do something or make you feel like, pick me or else. I just was like, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And I was just hesitant. I didn't even want to have the conversation.
Because I was so soon too.
Yeah, and I didn't want to make you feel bad.
Yeah.
You knew that it was hard. We both did. It sucked.
Yeah.
Because we just wanted to be with each other so much.
Even when I lived in Minnesota, I only had my kids 2 weeks out of the month. So it was like, even if I'm in Connecticut, I'm going to only have them 50% anyway. I'll make it work. Mm-hmm. So I'm like,
and it's so funny. I don't mean to cut you off. It's so funny because then people are like, well, why doesn't Ria move? And then it's just like, Ayla also has a dad. Ayla also we've had this custody arrangement for 8 years or so before Amber even came in the picture. So there was an already something, a stability for Ayla.
Yeah.
It just, everyone's happy. Like you
It
said,
works the
it
way
works
it works.
for everybody. The
Except
kids
for
are,
me. It works for
it just
everybody.
sucks.
but me.
I know. And the traveling for you is complete.
But like
ass.
I've said, like I'm willing to sacrifice some of my comfort and my stability so that everybody else around me has it. That's why it doesn't hurt my feelings when people talk shit about me, because I'm like, you have no
idea
what I endure.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that because I know how happy everyone around me is.
Yeah. So you get to be happy.
Yeah.
Everybody across the board is happy.
Yeah.
And that's all that matters.
Hot White, I love her, by the way. She's also a huge supporter. Sweet Amber, how and when did you learn about empowerment and healing trauma? I started my empowerment journey like 5 years before Rhea. I joined a multi-level marketing company, which that part sucked. However, I learned a lot during it.
Mm-hmm.
I learned, and I talk about how I was really still depressed and like hated my life, but on the outside, I was like this empowerment mindset. And so I was doing that like fucking years before Rhea came along. It was like 23 when I started. Clearly I needed all that time for it to even kick in for myself and be like, oh, well, if I'm teaching everyone else this, like I deserve the same thing, you know? And that's why it's funny when people are like, Amber used Rhea for social media, blah. Bitch, I've been doing social media for 15 years. Rhea's been doing it for 4. Like I've been doing this half my life. Like this is
Here's the thing that's funny is people that assume that, they have no idea the wall barrier I've put up against everybody because I didn't know anyone's intentions. Like I put you through the ringer to make sure that you weren't like I did. And there was never a red flag that made me feel that you were there for that purpose. You didn't even care about the phone.
It's true.
You didn't care about, you never mentioned, let's post this. You never did anything. You were okay with the privacy. You even told me like, I'm okay with you not posting me at all.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to be with you.
Right.
And you were okay with that. You were even understanding why I felt the way I felt.
Yeah.
You didn't even make me feel bad that like, you know, how could you not trust me? You were so patient with me. You're like, I get it. She has...
Yeah.
And the funny thing is you never pushed yourself on me. That's what's so funny. You set a boundary with my ass because I wasn't talking, I was texting you every 6 hours and you're like, you know what, I'm looking for this. This is what I deserve. And then you were like, I know where you are in your life and I understand you have such a big, you know, you have a lot going on and I completely get it. And you set that boundary with me and I found it extremely sexy. No one else ever did that with me. So I'm saying is like people don't get like I am a grown ass woman. I had a whole daughter. I've been through a whole process of being through so many relationships that were toxic. I knew at that point what I wanted, and it was someone like you.
It's just people who want to be in you or with you or near you.
Right, I feel like we're almost 4 years together and people are like, damn, they're still together. And now they're like finding shit. They must have thought we were gonna break up.
They did, because I still see the comments like, I give them blah, blah, blah. And we're like, okay. We actually would have broken up if we were going
like,
to 4 years ago. And now we're at a point where it's impenetrable. If
I could gamble that statistic with people and I'd be like,
I'll put my whole life worth savings.
You're wrong.
I'll put my house, I'll put my car.
And you could come live with us and see that we're not faking it.
Yeah.
Because I don't want them to think we're just doing it for the, come live with us and actually see like our actual relationship. And then you're going to put like your foot in your mouth and you're be stupid saying what you just said.
Oh, wow.
I'd be fucking rich. I'd be so fucking rich.
I think it's just funny because it shows me like, damn, you really want what I have. Mm-hmm. You really want to be me. That's okay, cool.
I know, they're so mad.
We have so many loving and kind, supportive people who would never say shit like that because they know.
They even find people weird on the internet that say dumb shit.
So James0129 says, are you mad at me? And I have no idea who that is, so no. I'm not. Genevieve from the block asked, if someone wants to sponsor you, how do they send you info? What's your P.O. box? P.O. box is in my Instagram bio. I can put it in the description below if they need it. That's really sweet of you, by the way. Thank you.
Yeah.
Miriam Diori9 asked if you are a Muslim.
I no longer associate with religion. I always believed there was a higher power. I just didn't resonate with what was being taught to me. Not that I believe in the powerful source energy, because we don't believe in God as a human being. It is a powerful energy. and we recognize that. It's in all of us.
Right. Larissa L. Beauty says, how to find your peace during chaos.
I was more in control than I thought, even though it felt chaotic and out of control. Once I realized that I have very much control in the chaos got more quiet.
Yeah, I hear that. For me, it's understanding the bigger purpose, understanding the outcome, and understanding that everything is fleeting. Like, nothing is forever. These small things are only, like, what is the purpose? So finding value or gratitude in everything, it makes life so much easier. It makes it easier to like navigate through life and to be like, okay, this is just a test for me.
And that's not to say that like you're always happy during this.
I have sorrow in gratitude.
You have sorrow, right?
Yeah.
You feel your emotion. You realize the bigger purpose after it, so you're not sitting in it,
right,
and allowing it to have control over you. You're in control.
Gratitude and my trust, and the way that I submit to the universe, and I just trust that if it's happening to me, there's a reason that it's happening. So that's why I can find peace in everything, because I've submitted my life to trusting my path, to trusting everything that's happening around me, and just trusting my gut and my instinct to lead me where I need to go, because God is my instinct.
Exactly. Well, my best friend Rita sent me this. Rita, if you're watching this, I love you, bitch.
I know, I sent her a picture. I was like, look how pretty it looks on here. Rita hung it up. Christina V_96. How do you balance personal goals and relationship goals? That's easy for me because my personal goals still reflect my relationship goals. I am one with her.
Yeah.
I'm one with her, even though people might not understand that. But everything as a human that I want to do to elevate my soul affects my wife, affects my children, affects my life and the outcome of it. And so
I feel like our purpose, what we are trying to do, really matches. It aligns.
Yeah.
Because we're meant to be doing it together, whatever the purpose of that path is. We just know we're supposed to be doing it together because we believe in the same thing.
Right. We're twin flames. Like, you're the other half of my soul.
Yeah.
You can't really explain that to people unless they've felt it before. Some people understand the definition of a twin flame.
Yeah.
It means that they're your mirror, and some people can make it through a twin flame relationship, and some people can't.
True.
And we did. We
there was many times where we definitely could have.
Yeah, but that's the purpose of a twin flame relationship.
Yeah.
It's like finding separation, healing on your own, then coming back together, and being a fucking powerhouse. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
But like, my personal goals outside of our relationship goals is really to just be the best version of myself. I don't have personal goals outside of that.
Yeah.
It's just, how can I be the best me and show up as best as I can? Like, your personal goals, like the things you have planned, I'm always supportive.
You're
of
there
them.
to help me through them. So it's like we do things together. We're always supporting each other.
No Holos Art. Do you believe in aliens?
Yeah. Hell yeah. I will literally believe anything that it could possibly be true. If there's giants in another realm, there's fucking giants. If there was giants, I believe it, because our human brain does not understand.
The smartest people are the people who know they don't know anything.
No, it's true.
And are open-minded and willing to hear it all.
Yeah, hear it all and not
judge it or deny it and say, who am I to say if that exists or not?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's very likely, more than likely, those things are real. Who am I to say?
Yep.
Smartest people on earth. I also say I'm an alien all the time. I don't care if you think I'm weird.
You fucking are an alien.
Because I don't relate to Earth.
You fucking are an alien.
And I feel inside of my body that I have like this, if you know what Akashic records are, I feel like I hold these records in my body and like this wisdom and knowledge that flows directly through the universe that I don't know where it comes from.
Yeah.
And so if you think I'm weird, I don't care.
You're not weird. You know what? I think it's like you're a book to me. I don't have to read, and I find out all from conversation. It's better than reading. Like, you just know so much, and I just like consume it. So you're my little book.
I have like a photographic memory. So
you do,
if I hear something, I'm just like, it just like sticks.
Yeah, you always know what you're saying, and it's never dumb.
And if you Google
it's
it,
always
you're
like
like, oh,
intelligent.
okay.
Like you never pull it out of your ass. You heard it somewhere.
I'm not
You
gonna
read
speak
it somewhere.
something if I didn't trust it or believe it either.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna like push something on somebody either. Like if they ask me my opinion and they want knowledge of something, then I will just like, and that's the crazy part. If I don't even know it for sure, I just trust my intuition and go with what my body tells me is right for that situation.
I know. That's why when you make decisions and you're like, we're doing this, I'm like, okay. I never argue it or fight it, because I used to have so many I told you so's with you, because you used to be like, because I used to fight it and be like, no, we're doing this. And every time it would backfire, and you're like, see, I told you. And so now it's just
when
like,
are you gonna start
when are you gonna start
trusting
trusting me? Yeah. And I'm like, okay.
Someone says, please keep my name private, but they didn't ask a question. So, okay, I will. Oh, I'm just kidding. Yes, they did. What do you do if you're married with kids, but you're in love with a woman that's also married? You're married, but she didn't say she's in love with the person that she's married with. She's in love with someone else.
I feel like if you're in love and you live one life, do it.
I agree with exactly what she's
What's the worst that's gonna happen? You're just gonna
Uncomfortable things.
split, uncomfortable, maybe a little argument because you choose your happiness. Like,
Do the uncomfortable
do
things.
the uncomfortable. Yeah. I mean, if you really want our advice, I'd say, and that person makes you happy, and that's who you're in love with, and you're both feeling that, and you're both on the same page. Like, it's the other person agrees that they would do that for you.
There's the side of the coin. Don't go ending your marriage if that person is not fully committed to ending their marriage.
Maybe your sign is that you're supposed to leave even if it doesn't work out with that person.
That's true. We know somebody who was in that exact situation,
Uh-huh.
and it backfired.
It backfired.
So it's like you never know. You have to be very
But
sure.
they're now happy with somebody else.
Yeah, you never
It
know.
worked for them.
hmm
So they didn't care that, they were just not meant to be in that relationship.
That's true. So it could just be the universe pushing you to get out of something you're not meant to be in.
Yeah.
I've been in the situation where I've had to tell the person that I was married to, this isn't working for me. I am into women, and I understand that it hurts your feelings, but I can't change who I am. And this is never going to make me happy the way and I deserve more.
Right.
And they deserve better too, because I wasn't being true to the relationship either.
Yeah.
And so it's really not fair, first of all, to your partner, and it's not fair to your children, because they're not getting to experience who you really are. And your kids deserve to see who you are, and to see bravery too, because what if you come out later in life and then now they're 18 and all their life they've only known this side of you, and they're like, well, you lied to me?
Yeah, they think it does happen.
Like they want honesty. Kaminska 1243, awesome number by the way, says, so who in the relationship has the most difficult character? And how long did your quarrel last? How long did we have to fight to get to where we are? 3.5 years.
Yeah, I think the end of 2023.
Yeah.
The last 3 months of 2023 is when we've started to actually focus on our relationship and our happiness and living in our relationship in like our honeymoon stage.
Yeah. Her character is extremely difficult, but so is mine. So you have to
explain that.
Okay. Ria is very hard-headed, and not any longer. She was very hard to communicate with. She was controlled her whole life, so even having someone who loves her, trying to help her, she was very resistant. And even if I wasn't telling her how to do it, and I was offering her love and compassion through it, she was still like, don't, I don't care. I'm doing it my own way.
Yeah. I felt like out of control when someone tried to tell me what to do, because I've been told what to do.
Even if I was doing it like in a way of love and like trying to help her to grow. So that was very, very hard. That part of her character was extremely hard.
It's true.
To deal with. My character is hard to deal with because I'm very honest and raw and real, and I don't hold my emotions back. I'm very, very upfront with everything. I'm very outspoken.
See, that you say that is who I am now. And I've learned to be because of you, that how important honesty is, and talking about your feelings and connecting with people outside of just like not just wanting superficial. But healing makes you do that. Healing makes you see relationships in a deeper meaning than
Yeah.
just superficial.
And I'm even that way with my friendships. So if I feel like something's off with my friendship, I'm like, yo, what's up?
What's up? What's
Did
wrong?
something happen? Did I just
Are
need
you
to
okay?
hurt you?
Yeah.
If I've done something to hurt you, let me know so I can fix it.
You do have open dialogue like that, and you try to create safe spaces so
Yeah.
people can talk to you if you did do something wrong. And I feel like we both do that.
Yeah.
We're very honest when it comes to that, and we encourage people to be open with us because we want the safe space, just like they should have the safe space to do the same.
But for people who have the people-pleasing behaviors themselves,
You can't teach that. It's hard.
That's why it's hard to be my friend.
Yeah.
That's why it's hard to even be in a relationship with me. Because I will hold you to a standard, and because I expect the same in return.
If I'm putting this energy into having a relationship with you and working on myself and being a better version for everybody around me, not just for myself, but everybody around me, I feel like it should be
I
reciprocated.
agree.
And if you can't do that, which is okay, if you can't do that, you can't get angry at me for setting that boundary that, you should, it's like,
Respect
it.
Yeah.
Because it's like,
and that's also why I've had to cut off a lot of friendships, is because, and not in a mean way, and I've even done this to my best friend who I've been friends with for 18 years. And I've said, I expect this out of a relationship and I don't feel like it's reciprocated, and because of that I have to step away from our friendship. Not in a bad way.
it's mature.
It's healthy,
not
it's
toxic.
mature, and although it might hurt that person to hear what I'm saying, for my own mental health and for other people's mental health, you need to be able to set a firm boundary with people when it's uncomfortable. Steph Leeper says, do you have a PJ day and just watch movies? Oh, and do you eat Vegemite?
What's Vegemite?
It's like an Australian thing, I think, or I think it's Australian.
I feel like because we work from home, we have PJ day a lot of days.
I'm gonna be totally honest. We have PJ day until like noon every day.
Yeah.
And then we get up and do it.
And then we.
And no, we don't eat Vegemite.
Vegemite, yeah.
So there's things that people are asking about, past things that have happened with other people, and we're not going to be answering those questions because we already have.
Yeah. Repeating the same stuff and talking about it actually just makes it still.
Miss K. La Danielle says, how do you deal with public assumptions, especially hurtful ones or mean ones? And for me, I don't care what you think about me or what you assume of me. The only time, like I've said, addressed a situation is when it's come to me personally from somebody who knows me personally. If it's from random people on the internet that I know nothing about, that it doesn't affect my life, I know it's just a projection of their own understanding. And it doesn't matter who you are in this lifetime. You could be Jesus, you could be Mother Teresa, you could be the girl next door. Someone's going to have an opinion about you, no matter what you do. It doesn't matter. So what's the point of getting worked up or caring about their opinions when you could be literally the perfect human being and someone's still going to find a flaw in you? You can't make everyone happy, so it doesn't matter.
I think that was the hardest thing for me to heal from, and realizing that I know who the fuck I am. I don't need anyone's validation, and I don't need anyone to like me. I love me, and I love who I am as a person. So for me, it was like, that was all the confidence I needed. And so it's like when people say something, I giggle because I'm like, that's obviously not true, and it doesn't bother me, and I don't care. You're literally making shit up and creating your own narrative around my life that you only get to see this small portion. And even if it's people that have been around me in my own safe space, in my own home, I still think it's their own narrative.
Their own understanding.
Yeah, and their own understanding.
Read the 4 agreements.
Yes.
Learning to release your fear of judgment is when you will start living your life.
Yeah, for real. Like, who cares? I think it's in religious books, whether you want to believe it or not. Like the Judgment Day thing. Like, let go of judgment. It's like deeper meaning than people like to
perceive it.
So it's, for me, it's just like the day you stop caring about judgment is the day you start living.
It's true.
You really do. You start to realize who you pay attention to.
Who you're living for.
Yeah, you start to pay attention to your likes, your wants, your own emotions, and
what sets your soul on
you
fire.
start seeing, like, fuck, I can look out the window and I'm like, oh my god, that tree is so pretty. Earth offers all these beautiful things and this scenery, and I sat in my own misery caring about everyone else that I never was even thinking about what was around me.
You don't even end up showing up in society the way you want to show up, like dressing how you want to dress, the piercings, the tattoos. Like, people don't do those things because they're afraid of judgment for it. And can you imagine?
I mean, tattoos were a thing too. If you got tattoos in my religion, apparently
you're going to hell.
In the Muslim religion, you've ruined
your
the
temple.
body, your temple, the body God gave you, is what they say.
Yeah.
So,
again, it's another societal norm or man-made notion that people are set to be in fear of, but that also comes with being unafraid to be disliked. And there's another book that I've read. When you are okay with the idea that people aren't always gonna like you for showing up who you want to show up as, it makes life a lot easier.
Right. And those that like you
will.
Yeah. I swear, you attract the right
those
people. You're like, all right, that's my type of that's my type of person right there.
It's funny because I went through something very traumatic personally in my life the past year, and I had stopped speaking to one of my very good friends, and I could cry talking about it. And that person at the time is like, we were like on the cusp of entering like another part of our life at the same time, but clearly we were meant to do it separately, and she was meant to do her healing on her own. And at the time I was introducing manifestation and like energy to her, and she couldn't grasp it. She's just like, doesn't make sense to me, I'm too analytical, like I'm too scientific. I'm like, okay, but I still offered it to her, right? Because I thought it was so interesting and cool. And so we stopped speaking for a whole year, right? And then we come back together, and she's like, I have to tell you, for the past year I've been researching manifestation and energy and healing, and she's like, I want to thank you for introducing this to me. She's like, my whole life has changed.
Yeah.
My whole like outlook on life has changed. And I'm like, so like everything happens how it should, and if you start doing your own healing, the universe will bring you back to people or to new people who align with you exactly where they're meant to align.
It's true, where we are in our life right now, and the people that are, and then it's funny because a lot of people are like, you guys don't have friends, but we do.
Oh yeah, yeah.
A lot of our friends, even if they are, they're really not on social media like that. Friends in our little family circle we have is not, they're very private people, and we respect that, and we keep that life private.
Yeah.
And people think we don't, because
we don't
we're not superficial,
and
we're
not out here like
just like flaunting. I don't want to say superficial, so not everybody's like that, but I'm saying I don't have tens of thousands of friends that I'm posting on social media that I'm always with somebody hanging out.
But they also say that too, like people are always like, why don't you collab with this person and collab with that person? And I'm like, it doesn't, no, I will not collab with people.
People don't understand
unless it's like I have a real connection with you. We have
and
talk, we have a friendship, like a genuine friendship.
I don't want it to be,
I don't want to come up off of anyone else's
no, or vice versa. I just don't care like that. I don't want to build relationships like that because of work.
Yeah,
I want to build relationships because genuine, and if it happens to align
that's great
with our life like that, cool. But it needs to flow naturally. I can't be like, let's collab because I need to
we get views.
Like I just can't do that. And there was a lot more questions that we couldn't get to,
but ask them again, and we'll keep doing Q&As. I think there's always a question to ask.
Yeah, especially if we didn't answer your question, it was different from what we've talked about. We're very much an open book.
We hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Click the notification bell so you're notified every time we post a new video.
I'm so happy you do that. It's so good. One of these days I'm gonna learn it. Let's do our handshake. Pow pow. Bang, bitch. No, bitch.
No, bitch. Stop bitching.